Okay, I'm live. Welcome. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and anyone else who happens to come across this video. It's my intention that there is something in here for everyone. And my readings are also timeless. I just heard a reader say yesterday, that technically with tarot, all the readings are timeless because time is not how we perceive it. And I think he put it in such a way things are cyclical, that patterns, they come back around. So you could be watching this 10 years from now and it can still resonate. So I have picked 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and then I will clarify with some other decks. And the first card we have is Message in a Bottle in Protection. And this is about needing to get really honest with yourself and start seeing the messages. There's some red flags that have been slapping you in the face, and you've been choosing to ignore them, and it's time to see the reality of a situation, that whatever you've been avoiding, whatever you've been ignoring, it's time to open up. And the reason why is because you are meant for really amazing things that I feel like it's a pretty simple thing, in the sense of whatever hasn't been working for you, that has been kind of holding you back, kind of I don't know, holding you down, like whatever you've been ignoring, that just it's something that doesn't actually feel very good. When you step into owning that and deciding that you're going to choose to make different decisions than you've been making, it's going to open up this it's like the floodgates, basically, of all the good, all the abundance that wants to come in for you. And in this card speaks to being rewarded for your efforts, for your hard work. It's not just coming out of nowhere, that you've earned this. And it's very much about hitting the jackpot. And when you do, sharing that with others, spreading the wealth, because then it brings in more, and sharing it with others who deserve it. It may be that you're in a situation where you've been dealing with someone who you keep giving and giving and giving, and you're not getting anything in return. But whatever the situation is, it's like time to see the signs that the universe has been sending you, because it will turn out really, really good. And we have the Thinker here, which is using your logic to create a strategy in how to move forward, and understanding that everything is as it seems. Whatever you are looking at is what it is. There's no underlying weirdness. Like for water signs yesterday, the reading I did, it was all about reading between the lines, that there's more to a situation than just the surface. And in this case for you, it's again, whatever's in front of you is what you're dealing with, and to logically move forward with the information that you have. Okay, so let's clarify. I'm gonna go with a good tarot to begin. Queen of Earth. Yeah, she is very resourceful. She's very trustworthy. I think, at least to begin with, it's feeling like taking on this energy of being open to the opportunities, of it's stepping into a more grounded way of being that that I think this situation that you've been in, you haven't been feeling so grounded. You've been maybe up in your head. That's not do, because she's the master gardener. She knows how to take a seed and turn it into a bountiful harvest. So, and she's also very, very nurturing. It's starting to show up for yourself in your life in a different way, in one where you're putting yourself first rather than someone else or a situation. Four of Water. Contemplation, introspection. Something's not moving forward at this time, and you have the choice to fall into a place of apathy, of giving up, like, well, this is just how it is. And it's not. It's getting into the understanding that there are so many opportunities available to you, and starting to see those opportunities. Some are obvious and some are much more subtle, but taking the time to contemplate, to do the introspection, allows you to see those opportunities much, much more. Harmonious partnership. This is, I've just been talking about opportunities and sharing with others. And this is someone in your life who is worth sharing with. This could be about a new opportunity, that there is someone coming into your life, romantic or otherwise, who is able to come in because, like, as you release the old thing that's not working for you and you move in a new direction, then that opens the door for something really beautiful and positive to come your way. And they are who they seem. There's no underlying weirdness. There's no ulterior motives with this person. How they show up is how they are. And maybe there's some strategizing around, like, coming together. You gotta play your cards right. but this card speaks to me of being genuine and authentic with one another. that the strategy is about opening up, allowing yourself to show yourself and who you really are, and that you won't get burned for it. Okay, so then I'm going to go to the Oracle Tarot. Budget lessons. I'm feeling like you've had an old way of being, specifically around money. Maybe you spend a little too frivolously, not having the financial discipline that you need, not really using the resources that are around you. Stepping out of that, beginning to move in the opposite direction, because you are, like, she is very resourceful and is able to see the opportunities that are around. And so you're coming out of this place of being holding yourself down, holding yourself back, simply because you haven't been making choices that have really supported you. And that could speak to, the signs that there's something in your life that you've been ignoring, maybe specifically around the finances, and how you show up around your finances. And that when you do start to become more, more disciplined and more able to see the abundance that is around you, to be grateful for what you do have, then it brings in the opportunities, because now you're able to see them and make things work for you. It's like, growing up a little. It's good. It's a maturing process. Test of courage. Maybe you're doing something where you're needing to. We have 2 5s now. Needing to do something different, show up differently, does require courage. Maybe the universe is giving you some kind of lesson that is going to help move you out of this. But it does require some courage. Something that's coming to me is, say, you've been in a job that you really don't enjoy, that's kind of sucking the life out of you, and you're not getting compensated for your worth. Like, it's getting you by, but it's not good enough. And so the universe has been sending you signs that you've been ignoring, because you're like, no, I need this job, I need this money, I need the stability, I need the paycheck. And yet, you feel bad every day when you leave work. It's very toxic. You're dealing with people that you don't like, whatever the situation. And to leave this job takes courage. To know that by leaving, you're actually you're creating opportunities for yourself that wouldn't be there otherwise. It's like, it's kind of a little indication to the universe. Like, okay, I know you've got my back. This is kind of scary, but I know I need to do it because this is really toxic. And that's when the doors of opportunity start to open for you. Yeah. Seeing that there is actually a lot of opportunity, but by holding yourself back in a situation, you're closing yourself off. You're closing off your own ability to see the opportunities. What is that? Dreams of change. Dreams of change. Uh-huh. You want to change something in your life. You're really dreaming about it. You're wanting to change who is in your life. You want to be with people that you enjoy spending time with, where you can celebrate and have fun. People who are going to help you feel more fulfilled and joyful and I don't know, all the good things. and it's obvious. Again, there's this message of needing to trust that the people who are showing up once you make this change that are there to support you. There's no ulterior motive. You can take them at face value. Okay. Wisdom of Avalon. The King. Authority. Justice. Your inner masculine self, regardless of your gender. We all have feminine and masculine within us, and this is stepping into that masculine part of yourself, owning your ability to create, to move forward with passion. Hey, Mad Soul Tarot, welcome. To another 3 here as well. To make decisions from a logical place, strategizing how you're going to make something work, getting out of a situation that has not been working for you. Yeah, sure. And sitting very solidly on your throne, making the correct decisions for yourself. You can multitask. Yes. The King, this King in particular, makes good decisions about his finances. You know, there's justice here. It's learning how to balance the things in your life that are going to help you get to this place where you are sitting on your throne. Restriction. Yeah, I think as you leave this old situation that hasn't been working for you, And you're needing to take this time to contemplate how to move forward. There is a sense of restriction. And that's maybe why, it is a test of courage. Again, when we're talking about a job where you're used to the paycheck, you're used to getting a certain something from it, probably financially. When you quit, when you leave, you can feel very restricted in your life, and it can feel scary. And you might need to spend time budgeting, sit down, create a budget for yourself, figure out where you can spend and where you need to hold back for now. If you're used to just, getting whatever you want whenever you want it, like, hold off until you're in a better place, until the opportunities start really opening up for you. And then we have the Queen. Fertility, feminine power, friendships, sexuality. We have the King and the Queen. I am a one-day millionaire. Can't take it with me, so use it while I have it. Yeah, I mean, to an extent, that's a really good attitude to have. However, there's always an ebb and a flow in life. There are times of great abundance. It's the I suddenly can't think of the term. We have the storm versus the drought. You're always broke because you're always spending. And it's learning to put a little aside for those times when there is a drought, so that you're not feeling broke, so that you can still live the life that you want. It's all about quality of life. And if you're feeling restricted, it puts you in a state of, you're in this defensive mode. You're cut off. It's stressful not being able to pay your bills, not being able to do the things that you actually want to do. But when you're smart with your money, and this is saying that yes, you're moving to a place where you are learning to manage your finances in a much smarter way that works for you. That yes, there is a time to enjoy what you have, enjoy your resources. There is a time to, she's very aware of her resources. Always do what I want. Maybe that's why I get in trouble. Yeah. I mean, it comes down to, how do you want to feel from day to day? It's up to you. If you always do what you want to do and you're not thinking about your future self, then when you get to that place, you're like, oh, great, here I am again. And this really sucks. I guess I'm just going to have to deal with this. And then to deal with it, you spend some more, because that brings you like momentary relief. And then you're stuck again. It's the never-ending cycle. Yeah, life is good, but stress is not. And if you're doing it right, if you're actually being semi-responsible, we live in a world where we need money, where we need certain resources to give ourselves a good quality of life, then it's important to learn how to manage that. And especially if we've been raised where we have all these issues around money and finances. It does suck not having mint chocolate. Yeah, you want to be able to buy the things that bring you joy, right? But if you don't have the money because you're spending it on, I don't know, whatever, and it could be spending it on too much mint chocolate, and then you don't have enough for something else. Um, again, it's finding the balance, and I feel like here we have the king and the queen. And these two speak to me of balance. It's tapping into those energies within you, the ability to move when you need to move, the ability to rest and allow and receive, the giving and the receiving to yourself, to your life. And we when we're talking about we were talking about people coming in who support you, who are a good match for you. It's like as you come into this balance within yourself, then you are able to call in people who are also in balance, who are able to show up for you in a responsible way. Because money's just energy. And if you're not handling that energy appropriately, if it's not in balance, it's going to show up in other areas of your life as well. And by getting, again, you are getting a handle on this. You're starting to change your attitudes about it, and that brings you to this place where you call in these people, and this could very likely be your, especially if you're single, this could be calling in your counterpart, because now you're in a place of balance. Now you're in a place where you've learned how to manage your energy. If there are issues with money, there are absolutely guaranteed going to be issues in other areas of your life as well. Because it's all a reflection. We're an ecosystem. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go to the Osho Zen. Osho Zen. Politics. This is such an interesting card to me. It can speak to people in your life who have been wearing the mask and are really not trustworthy, to say the least. And you've been ignoring it. And, if we are talking about, I feel like a work, employment, that kind of thing has been coming up a lot. That perhaps these are the kinds of people that you are surrounded by. And it is toxic. And being around these kind of people, like, yeah, it makes you feel bad. And so it's very likely that maybe you've been in this financial difficulty because you are spending as a way to feel better, as a way to self-medicate. Buying the things that are going to give you immediate gratification rather than seeing the long term. Managing things so that you can get to this place of abundance where you're still managing things, but it's much more open. It's a much better flow by cutting out what's not working for you anymore. And it does, again, it takes a test of courage. It is a test of courage to walk away. Good job. I don't have a job then if they are toxic. See, I knew I was better off not working. Yes, you're such a distraction. um, I think that's a really good point though, is that when we're doing something that is toxic, like I think there's often this pervasive idea of needing to work hard, do what you have to do to get by, and it's not going to be fun, and it's not going to be easy, but we got to like put food on the table and keep a roof over our roof over our head. Um we just got to put up with what we have to put up with in order to have that. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to confine yourself to a situation that feels really bad, that's bringing you down, because energetically it puts you in this place of the energy is stuck, it's stagnant, it's wrong, it's hurting you. And so by leaving the situation, it does take courage, and there may be some restriction if, again, if we're speaking about a job and needing to walk away and not having the money you're used to, but it will be better in the long run. And it will help you to see the opportunities that are available to you now, but you're not seeing them because you're so busy dealing with this shit. Change. It's time to change. It's time to make a move in a new direction that will bring balance, that will bring abundance, this is moving you to your jackpot. It's true. I was on a job I liked. We moved to a new contract for another company and it was toxic. I was unhappy, so I left. People think I was silly and it was a risk, but for me it was the right move. Yeah. Yes. And that is another good point, is that when when like we're in a situation that feels really bad, that is toxic, and we're like, okay, I need to just leave, and it needs to happen now, and I don't know how I'm gonna get through this, but I need to do it. And then you confide in people and you tell them, okay, I'm leaving, and they're like, but that's your job. But how are you gonna live? You need to have the money. You need the stability, the security. Like that pervasive attitude in so many cultures that are like, you gotta just deal with what you gotta deal with so that you can have the money, so that you can live. I knew I would lose a lot of money leaving the job, but it was worth it. Yeah. Our well-being is way more worth it is so worth it compared to the money. Because, yes, the money does help us to have a good quality of life. But if our quality of life is compromised because of getting the money, it's not worth it. So, yeah, good, good on you. That's a really awesome lesson, to have learned to know for yourself. And the rebel here, he's broken the chains, and he knows. I'm not going to compromise myself. He's holding the torch. He knows how to move forward in a way that's going to serve him. This is you stepping into your own authority and not caring what other people say, knowing that you need to get yourself out of this situation for your own good, and you'll be able to prove it to people eventually. But just owning who you are, owning your knowing. This, is that an eagle? This bird, some kind of bird, is like the universe, is your higher power, your intuition that's been nudging you. Get out of here. That is the universe sending you messages, and has been for a while, and you've been ignoring the red flags, and now you're like, okay, I'm getting the message. I'm going to wear the red flags. as my I can't think of the word. After battle, sometimes warriors will wear the garments, or the sometimes parts of their enemies. Badge of honor. Thank you. Yes, it's your badge of honor. Yeah. So, okay, this has gone on really long. Thanks to a certain distracting person. Hi, Mama Lena. Welcome. I'm just finishing up, actually. I would say I'm done here. Going from restriction to ultimate abundance, hitting the jackpot, and being able to see, being able to know that what you are being presented with after you get out of the situation is genuine, is authentic, is exactly how it is, that there's no underlying weirdness. There's no ulterior motives. Going from this to this. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and night and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.